Hello there. Today I want to talk about a topic I discussed with women who don't want to be alone but also frightful of their career and liberty. We all know that the vast majority of men are a danger to a woman's career, hope and prosperous life. I suggest you stay away from them until you reach a mature age to show great resistance towards their bullshit, and if you don't want to wait until you are no longer prone for control, then I hope you consider taking these steps. Step number 1. Tell them right away from the start that your career comes first and you won't budge. Most men will leave anyway when they get what they want, as they sucked you dry, so to avoid any hurtful feelings on your end you can make them fuck off from the start. Look these creatures straight in the eye and tell them, if my career has got to go, then so will you. If you don't want my career, then I don't want you either. I've always been open for long-lasting relationships, because not switching partners morally feels great. But I'd rather be alone and free than settled down with a part of me that is unhappy, because I'm not living the life I've planned out for myself. Because when I pass away I will enter the grave alone. You need to learn to live for yourself. It's not selfish. Neglecting yourself the chance to stand on your own 2 feet is selfish, and it is service to yourself and all the women who fought and went to prison to give you the right to dream big. Men can ruin everything within a heartbeat. They either bail out on you when the condom breaks or cut you too short so that his life can continue. Men always claim that they are more responsible than women because they have more on their plate, but so far I've only seen the complete opposite. If men truly are responsible, then they wouldn't be deadbeats by nature. I also had a friend who did her bachelor degree. She's almost finished, but he is just starting. Studying is hard for him because his laziness is a huge obstacle. Because of that misfortune, he's trying to get in her way to grow further. Despite saying that women have equal chances to become great, they also like to distract you so that you will not surpass them. Like little children, they want to remain in the center of all attention and remain as the alpha male. They feel dethroned when you don't settle for less than they can offer, and that's one of the reasons why men could be the death blow to your career. So now you are wondering, how are you going to find someone with the least threat? You can start by looking for a man who wants to lead a simple life, just a job and give a helping hand in the household, or have your dinner ready when you are tired from work. The ambitious ones or the self-driven ones will not allow you to surpass them. They will trick you into having children with them if you won't listen to their manipulations, and with children you are easier to give in. But that doesn't guarantee anything, unfortunately. Men are children who nod their head and agree to everything you say, and when you feel safe they will abandon all promises they made to you. Step number 2. Don't grow attached to them. Attachments leads to sacrifices, and they will look for any opportunity to make you do things for them that only suits their best interest. Don't value them. Don't grow fond of them. You need to feel nothing when you show him the door, and with that your career is secured. If you need to make sacrifices for men, then you are with the wrong crowd. Men who truly love you will stop you from making sacrifices for them because they know that their future is their responsibility and you are never required to have their backs. Don't ever assume that career-driven men or men who play a professional sport will not get in your way. They will do it, and when their popularity increases you can easily ignore your input to run off with another woman. Step 3. Look for a man who makes you look good. Like a figure skater and her partner. He makes sure she doesn't fall down. He uses her trust in her to keep her safe wisely. He doesn't make her look like a fool, and in return she makes him in control of his own actions and irresponsible behavior. He's delicate with her but yet shows great amount of strength to steal the show. He makes her look graceful, and does everything in his power to not let anything bad happen to her on the ice. But they aren't emotionally attached to each other despite their marvelous teamwork to make each other shine. That's the partnership you are looking for. That will secure you from being screwed over by men. Together you must form something beautiful without owing each other a thing. If you and a man doesn't form something wonderful to show the world, and it feels like sacrifices needs to be made to stay together with him and need to make things work in order to be happy, and keep on working to keep the romance alive, is not the relationship you should stay in. If you are expected to work for everything instead of letting everything come naturally like ice skating partners, then what makes you think he will respect your career enough to keep his selfishness out of it? You are expected to give it your all in any relationship as a woman, but he can be neglectful with his time or become fat, but you just have to accept it. And like the ice skate routine analogy I made, the man will not grow to be fat and stays in great physical condition to keep you lifted and mentally strong to prevent you from falling. Spend enough time with you to perfect the dance routine with you as his partner. That's how a man should operate in a relationship with you. But don't let him be your rock or your anchor to keeps you grounded, because you are making the mistake of putting value on men. Men need to be measured. What kind of worth will they add in your life? Is he just there to breed with you? Or just want a girlfriend because all his other friends are married? Does he feel sincere love for you? Those are the things you need to take into account, because most men are in a relationship with you for themselves like dogs. Even the barn owl has more brains than most men. The barn owl stays with the female, and when the chicks are born the male will hunt for them while the female teach the babies survival skills until they are a bit older. Then both barn owls will hunt together. The male barn owl will not desert the nest until the chicks are fully grown. And how many times have you seen men operate in a family like that? Hardly. Men don't really differ from their male animal counterpart. They only want to continue their bloodline while owning and exploiting you as a result. It's a shame, but like the barn owl, there are a special rare breed of men who will not do such a thing. And that's what we should be looking for. If you want a secure future, then prepare to have very little options in men, but better little options than heaps of options, while the vast majority are just self-serving, sexually driven hounds.